Hello, I'm Robert, and welcome to my channel, where I discuss everything automated algorithmic trading, or simply algo trading. I haven't put out a short video in a little bit of time because I'm not really sure how much they're resonating, particularly where the market has been so uneventful the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's worth the noise of making a video every single day when there's really no activity in the market. And as I continue to analyze the metrics of my channel, I'm looking for ways to make sure that it has a meaningful value. So let me know if you think that the daily shorts are valuable even when the market is like what we have over the last couple of weeks. Completely unimpressive. But with that in mind, let's get into today's video and talk about really today being quite outstanding compared to the previous weeks. As we can see, the last 2 weeks have been completely flat. And even Monday and Tuesday of this week was very unimpressive and quite frankly, not even really worth talking about. Today, however, has been quite interesting as the order book only has one level on the sell side and it's only about 2%. But there's roughly a 60% buy side on the order book. So a very heavy force within the order book. And we can see from the data that the range itself has narrowed quite a bit, and we are actually close to the upper boundary of the range. That could be a sign that the market is going to push upwards aggressively, and we might see some real action finally. The order book itself clearly shows expectations, with the volume level exceeding the actual frequency weight quite a bit. With an upper range volume level of 1.091. Resistance here is pretty good, but it's still questionable in terms of whether or not the market is actually going to push to this level, especially given that the frequency weight is significantly lower. Even though resistance at the frequency weight is only 2%, that doesn't mean that it's going to necessarily not hold. We need to really pay close attention to this in relation to the range itself, since the range is dictating where price action has been for the last 30 plus days. And that really is important in terms of the overall sentiment of the market. Now, looking at the buy side order book, we can see that the volume levels and the lower range are very close together, comparatively speaking, in relation to the various levels of support within the order book. In fact, the most significant support level is at 1.071. And there are 3 different levels of support right now that are reasonably close together. So the order book is definitely poised for a very strong upwards rally. And we can see by today's candle that it is overall showing a very strong strength with a good show. We did have a week ago from last Monday, a good showing, but it didn't really last long. Really, it hasn't been up until the 12th of June was really the last major bullish push that showed a lot of activity. So it's been quite a bit of time that we've had a real market movement. So I think we could see another big push, But we need to be careful because at the same time, the bears could easily mount a good resistance and keep prices in the overall continued range. The order book is very unstable at the moment, and I spent the last 2 hours just watching the values fluctuate quite drastically. It never went below 50% on the buy side, and the sell side never went above 2%. So it is clear that we have a definition of what the market participants want to see and an anticipation of a potential direction. So as we continue to look at the market, and even as we go back a little further within the market, we can potentially see just how things are shaping up in terms of the upper and lower ranges. Particularly where we look at the last 2 weeks and we see that the lower ranges were respected reasonably well. We can consider that to be a trend for at least the next couple of days, potentially into next week. Overall, I think we're going to find that this market is probably going to remain pretty consistent. I don't expect or foresee any unusual possibilities. And I think that really is the point that needs to be driven home. There's not going to be a complex shift in market paradigm. Let me know what you think. Share your thoughts. Let me know about your trading. Has your trading been overall positive or negative? How has this stagnant market affected your ability to profit? If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe because it does help. If you like this content, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and until next time.